Hello Virgo, this is your July forecast. Also applies if you're Virgo rising or Virgo moon. So my lovely Virgos, this is going to be a very busy month ahead. Usually we've got one full moon a month. This month we've got a full moon at the first and the very last of the month. We've also got Saturn still retrograde until September 18th in your third house here, Virgos. So wherever Saturn goes retrograde, it wants you to reassess and to recheck this area of your life. So the third house has everything to do with technology. Do you need to upgrade your technological skills, your equipment? Is there something you need to learn that can make you more efficient? It's also checking up on your knowledge. Is there a course you could do? Is there a qualification you could get that would really help you with a career, maybe with a new career direction or improving your current career in some way? Also, in the third house with this Saturn retrograde, it's also checking you about your beliefs. Are you firmly entrenched in certain beliefs? Maybe you feel as though you're not good enough, you're not this enough, maybe you feel as though you're not quite lovable enough. What is it that you're being too critical about, Virgos? And how can you create some new beliefs, some new thoughts that are much more uplifting to you? But it's certainly a very good time for reassessing knowledge and also for doing anything with networking, for doing networking on a more serious level, for taking it to higher levels. Because after all, we need one another, don't we? We are part of a big global family, whether we like it or not, so we may as well enjoy it. And with this Saturn retrograde, it's going to give you an opportunity to connect with and make some meaningful connections. So on the first of the month, we've got a full moon happening for you in the 5th house. It's resonating there with Pluto in Capricorn. So a full moon is shining a light on this area of pleasure, of fun, of creativity. It's probably going to show you whether you're not having enough fun. Virgos, you can often be all work and not enough play. So how can you enjoy more? What can you do to bring more enjoyment into your everyday life? Also, it's shining a light on your creative skills. So many of you are incredibly creative. How can you develop those creative skills more? It's wonderful if you're in the entertainment industry, anything to connect with the arts, with theatre, with music. And it's shining a light on bringing more romance into your life. Romance doesn't have to happen just when you're very young. It can happen when you're much older. And romance can be in your life just when you see some beautiful flowers or a sunset. That can be the romance shining into your life. It's all around us. We just have to see it. So for the first week of the month, we've got Venus and Jupiter together here in this 12th house. And Venus and Jupiter are really beneficial planets. And in your 12th house, they're wanting you to look at your past, to release any negative thinking that you've got about your past, to set yourself free. It can also bring a lover back to you from the past, a relationship. And it's also a wonderful time for doing anything alone and for enjoying it, for going deeply into your own space, in your own quietness, for meditating, being in nature. Anything of a peaceful nature will be very, very nourishing for you, as will taking naps and getting plenty of rest. Now on the 7th of July, we've got an exact opposition between the Sun and Pluto happening here. So there could be a power struggle with somebody. There could be somebody where you're feeling as though you're being manipulated in some way. And it's a day to really stand firm. This could happen with a friendship, somebody you feel as though is a friend, but you may need to just stand up for what it is that's important to you. On the 9th of July, we've got Mercury coming into this 11th house. So there's a lot of focus for you this month, Virgos, on this 11th house of dreams, of wishes. Because soon enough, it's going to be your birthday. So it's a time to look at what it is you want to create for yourself for the coming year, what it is that you feel you've done well, where it is you want to move in a new way. And this is shining a light on the possibilities of new friendships, new connections. With Mars all month in this 11th house, it's a great time for socializing, some of the time, for getting out there, for meeting new people, for connecting with different groups on the internet, maybe doing some crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, anything that takes you in contact with different groups and different communities is under wonderful aspects this month for you, Virgos. Now, we've got a square aspect from the 13th of the month to the 15th between Saturn and Venus. So, maybe a time to choose between responsibility and pleasure. You may find the two are really in opposition to one another. And I'm going to suggest that you take care of your responsibilities and then give yourself some kind of a reward, something that you enjoy for having done a good job. And on the 15th or 16th of July, depending where in the world you live, we've got a lovely new moon happening in this 11th house of friendship, dreams and wishes. And a new moon means an opportunity for some new friends to come in, for some new circles that you might join. And especially because the full moon activated your creative energy, you may join a creative group, an interest group that really inspires you, that just makes you feel good, that takes you into something new, new horizons. It's definitely a month for new horizons. And the lovely news is, Virgos, that on the 19th of July, Venus comes into your sign, into your first house. This is lovely for you. It makes you more popular, more attractive, people wanting to be around you. It's a wonderful time for a makeover, for getting some new clothes, new colours, dressing differently, looking and presenting yourself in a new, maybe softer way. It's a lovely placement for Venus. On the 23rd of July, we've got the Sun coming into the 12th house, and on the 24th, also Mercury. So for the last week of the month as well, there's a lot of focus in that 12th house for you. And the 12th house is very much a house of completions, of endings. Remember, the 12th house is the very last house. So it's really a time when you may be looking back and you may be assessing things in your life, people, money, relationships, everything, and deciding what needs to be let go of, and also deciding where you'd like some new beginnings. It's also a wonderful time for studying your dreams and listening to them and listening to that deep intuitive voice. Could be some wonderful intuitive messages that come to you, so make sure you're quiet enough to be listening to them. Now, all month we've got a lovely trine aspect between Jupiter and Uranus happening between your 8th and your 12th house, so expect the unexpected, maybe a sudden breakthrough psychologically. You understand something you didn't understand about yourself before. There could be a windfall, just something happening when you least expect it. So there you have it, my lovely Virgos. I'd be delighted to hear from those of you if you'd like me to look at your personal chart, where the aspects fall for you and what you can expect over this next 12 months or longer. Please don't hesitate to get in touch. Happy summer. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.